A year after President Marcos SONA promises what's moved, what's stalled, and what still needs to be done, from energy reforms to digital connectivity, we track the administration's economic agenda and how it's impacting business and investor confidence. This is part 2 of our special SONA report. Jin Kim has the details.
In his 2024 SONA, President Marcos laid out bold expectations for the energy sector, from boosting power supply to reforming outdated laws.
As energy projects get completed and new investments pour into this sector, we expect our nation's power supply to increase.
Marcos touted major strides towards a unified Philippine grid, effectively promising a fully interconnected national power grid. On the policy front, Marcos made a significant appeal. He urged Congress to review and amend the Electric Power Industry Reform Act, or EPIRA Act of 2001. This law liberalized the power sector 2 decades ago, aiming to lower electricity costs through competition, but prices remain among the highest in Asia.
Hinihiling ko sa Kongreso na pagtulungan na natin ito, alang-alang sa kapakanan ng mga Pilipino.
As of today, however, EPIRA has not been amended. The 19th Congress, which ended in June, failed to approve an EPIRA reform bill despite it being on the priority list.
The promise of lower electricity cost brought about by the EPIRA. Nangyari po ba yun? Nung dumami ang small players, bumaba ba yung cost of power?
Outside government, experts have been candid that tweaks to EPIRA may not suffice without deeper changes. Sony Africa from think tank Ibon Foundation adds that while the Marcos administration pushes for amendments to lower prices, the changes being proposed fall dangerously short. Ibon argues that the core of the problem lies in EPIRA's continued privatization of the energy sector, a structure that still favors a few big players. The think tank called for strict cooling-off periods to curb conflicts of interest in government appointments. Ultimately, Ibon is pushing for a return to public control through reinforced national participation in generation and transmission. Meanwhile, from one of the country's largest power distributor, Meralco is prompting for additional power supply to effectively lower electricity prices.
We will welcome any additional capacity in the system because at the end of the day, it's really supply that will dictate what the prices will be. The more supply that is out there and the more generation companies are able to pump power into the system, especially in the spot market, then that basically becomes the onus for lower costs.
They acknowledge the government's efforts to work with the private sector to lower the biggest driver of electricity bills, generation charges.
We are hopeful that we have seen the efforts being undertaken by government. Meralco, as part of the energy family, is likewise working with government to find the best options available for all our customers in terms of lowering the generation cost in particular, because this is the main driver of electricity movements every month. We will continue our quest to add additional power into the Meralco grid through our competitive process. And we are hopeful that with government's help, we will be able to achieve that.
We are steadily progressing towards our targets in the medium term. Our power and internet services are continuously being upgraded in both capacity and connectivity.
The president said last SONA that phases 2 and 3 of the national fiber backbone are underway, with the target completion of 2026. But the lack of cell towers in remote regions continues to hamper mobile connectivity.
Together with our private sector partners, we will efficiently harness the concept of common towers to provide connectivity to Filipinos who are at the far end of the last mile.
So, what happened since then? Earlier this January, the green light has been given for the construction of 1,000 telecommunication towers nationwide. A $150 million or 8 billion peso initiative by PhilTower aimed at expanding digital connectivity across the country. These towers will rise in strategic economic hubs including Bonifacio Global City, New Clark City, and the Morong Discovery Park. The Common Tower initiative, led by DICT, offered a streamlined solution for telco infrastructure. easing network congestion by reducing the load from 4,000 users per tower, ensuring faster speeds and better reliability. With stronger connectivity, businesses and workers expect improved productivity and competitiveness. So, how do industry stakeholders rate the administration's progress on digitalization?
Sa akin naman 8 yan. Maganda naman ng progress ng administration, especially because they're really serious in funding itong mga free wifi sa mga hard to reach areas.
It's an 8. What would make it a 10?
Perhaps actually more investment from the government, more support from the government.
So if he gave an 8, what would you do?
Same.
An 8. What would make it a 10?
Basically, it's really hard to get a 10 because when you say 10, there's a confluence of many variables, including infrastructure rollout, which I think similar to if the budget of the ICT would be a measure, it's just the same as similar to past administrations.
The verdict: the progress is evident, promises have taken form, but stakeholders warn without greater budget commitments and government support, digital equity and the promised boost to economic productivity may remain out of reach for millions. As digital connectivity spreads across the country, the administration hoped it will do more than just improve speed. It aimed to foster a stronger, more trusted business climate. Jin Kim, Billionaire News Channel.